Well, with a little bit of cooler weather and lower humidity, might be a great time to think about, I hate to say think about getting ready for winter. It is only August, but taking care of the wood in the backyard, whether it's a deck or a swing set or a fence, is really important from actually how long is it going to last, and also just the appearance. I mean, a lot of times we do it for the appearance because it looks so much nicer, but protecting the wood makes it last longer. So first thing you do, look at this. Now this is just a garden table we use in the store for plants. So you can see it's got a lot of mold and mildew and such on it. So you always start with a cleaner. Now the most popular are bleach-based cleaners, and that's what this one is. However, you'll see online there's a little bit of controversy about bleach and whether it can actually harm the wood, but that's most I think is gone, and where everyone thinks, this is the way to go because it does such a nice job. And it's pretty easy to use, and there's a lot of brands. There's 30 seconds cleaner, but same thing. It's it's just a bleach base and some detergent, different things. So best way to do this, should have done this before, is you just spray it on with a pump-up sprayer. You would think I'd be ready, right? Like I didn't know I wasn't doing the show here. So you pump it up, spray it, and then you let it sit for about 10 minutes. Now, however, I have found, they like to say that because they like to make everything sound so easy. I have found that on really bad surfaces, just a little bit of a deck scrub brush can do wonders for moving the mildew and such around. So I did this a little bit earlier, and you kind of see how it's starting to dry out, and that it'll look like a brand new, a little lighter than what treated lumber is. So once you get it clean, you wait for at least a day or so for it to dry, because if you try to do it all in one day, you're asking the stain that we use, which is a semi-transparent or transparent stain, to actually soak in, to penetrate the wood. And if it's all wet, it doesn't do that. So same thing with this. Remember, you're going to protect the wood. You need three things. You need something, the waterproofer. You need a UV stabilizer because it's the sun that causes a lot of damage, and a mildewcide and something for the mold, right? So that's everything is in there. So the things you want to avoid is the old Thompson's water seal, which is great for concrete and different things, but it only has one of the three things. So you get that ready. Now I would prefer to put the stain down with a sprayer like that and get really sloppy with it. Now I'm just going to do this and come over, but you want to go really sloppy. This isn't going to work very well because this is still wet, but when you try to put it on just with a roller, people tend to overspread it. And remember, you're trying to get this to penetrate the wood, so if you're just like putting a top dressing on, you're not going to get what you want. So you let it get really sloppy like that, wait about 5 or 10 minutes, and then it's back rolling. You come back and pick up all the extra sealer, let it dry, and then depending on how much sun that deck gets, you're ready to, you're protected at least for a couple years.